What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So remember, this advice is coming from a complete stranger online, and you should be responsible when competing in the market. So Joseph Parker defeats Deontay Wilder over 12 rounds, and he wins wide as well. Now, if you took the Joseph Parker side of the play like myself, then your quid's in. I knew that Joseph Parker was a live underdog. I think Paddy Power had Joseph Parker at 2-9 against, and Deontay Wilder 7-1 on. I mean, if you look at that, it's crazy because Deontay Wilder was 38 years old. You know, I alluded to all of these points in my betting angles pre-fight video. Deontay Wilder was, 38 years old. He had been extremely inactive. He'd taken a lot of punishment in his fights with Tyson Fury. So to have him as 7-1 on, for me, was pretty crazy. In Joseph Parker, you had someone who, although he's not looked spectacular for a long time, he's been active. He's had 3 fights in roughly a year compared to Wilder's 0. He's 31 years old, and he's got a better boxing brain than Deontay Wilder. So I thought going into this fight that to have Deontay Wilder as 7-1 on and Parker 2-9 against was a potential misprice by the bookmakers. And when you're looking at home and house, when you're looking at house and house always wins, house always wins most of the time. 95% of the time house is going to win. But when you're looking at how to penetrate the house and to look for the little mistakes that they're making, you got to look at situations like this, where Deontay Wilder's been extremely inactive. Deontay Wilder's been extremely inactive. He's 38. He took a lot of punishment in the Tyson Fury fights, and he's 7-1 on. That's basically daylight robbery. And that's why I placed a bet on the Joseph Parker side of the play, because I was quids in and I knew that Joseph Parker had a very good chance of winning the fight. Not because he's anything amazing, not because he's anything special, he's a high level fighter, but because he's the younger man, the fresher man, and he's been active. And don't ever underestimate ring time, especially at the top level. People, 7-1 on is like saying Deontay Wilder's Superman almost. Like, he can spend over a year out the ring. The last time he was in the ring, he had 1 round. He's 38 years old. He lacks the boxing brain, but he's 7-1 on. Anyway, Deontay Wilder gets in the ring, and he does what Deontay Wilder does. He's on his back foot. I don't know why people think Deontay Wilder's this front foot guy specialist. He's always been on the back foot. He's always just sort of walked around the ring, patiently waiting for that opening. That's always what he's been doing. He's never been this front foot marching forward guy. So Deontay Wilder gets on that front foot, and Deontay Wilder gets on that back foot. He's sitting on that back foot. Not a lot is going on. To be honest, it's a typical Deontay Wilder fight. It's a bit reminiscent of the Luis Ortiz fight. He set the format. He successfully set the format in this bout. Not a lot going on. Joseph Parker just about getting the better of it. And after 2 rounds, you're thinking it's a matter of time. But the problem is, Joseph Parker, you see, Wilder was looking to counter, almost punch in between Joseph Parker. And so Parker that's what Wilder does. He wants you to overexert yourself. He wants you to create your own opening so he can find home with his right hand. And he's been very good at that throughout his career. But the problem is that Parker is a lot faster than Wilder's previous opponents. Parker's a lot faster than Wilder's previous opponents. And as a result of that, Parker was able to get his shots off. He was able to get his shots off and avoid any counters. Now, he did get caught a few times, but so Parker he was on the front foot, centre ring, and he would ambush Wilder. Wilder was on the peripheral, Parker was in the centre, and Parker would ambush Wilder, but he did it so fast because he's a lot faster than Wilder's previous opponents. They didn't give Wilder the time and the space to get that right hand off, and he just nicked rounds. He nicked the fight. It was a low activity fight. Parker was very cautious of that right hand, and it was a low activity fight where Parker was nicking every round. That's pretty much what it was, apart from later on in the fight where Wilder got buzzed. Wilder got seriously buzzed. Like, for a second he didn't know where he was, but Parker couldn't close the show because, as I also alluded to, Wilder is actually very hard to hit clean. Wilder is actually a very awkward, gangly guy, and he's actually quite hard to hit clean. So when Parker was going in for the finish, Wilder was doing a very good job of leaning back on the ropes, and he got through that. But overall, Parker won the fight dominantly by nicking every round. So Parker goes on now, and the script has been ripped up. That whole Saudi event was supposed to be setting up Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. But the problem is, if you put both fighters on the same card and you give them semi-competitive fights, you know, there's the chance that one of them losing is going to go up. Especially, you know, you're dealing with probabilities here. You put both on the same card, chances of one of them losing or getting a draw or getting something going wrong goes up. Then you put them against semi-credible opponents in Otto Wallin and Joseph Parker, the chances go up again. When are people going to learn? When are people actually going to learn that if you want to make a fight, sometimes you just got to make a fight? And all this warm-up stuff just gives an opportunity to ruin it. Now the script has been ripped up. But what happens for both fighters going forward from here? Deontay Wilder, do I think he's finished? Boxing fans are very reactionary. You're only as good as your last performance. No, I don't think he's done. I would have to see one more performance like that to say that he's done. But as it stands right now, I'm not going to say he's done. Joseph Parker, now I think this could have been a stylistic problem. I think this may have been a stylistic problem. Do I think Wilder's the fighter he used to be? Probably not. But sometimes you just see certain fighters come up against certain styles, and you're looking at it, and if you've watched boxing as much as I have, you can sometimes just see the two styles coming together, and even when one fighter is supposed to win and another fighter is supposed to lose, you can see, nah, his style is just wrong for his style. And despite the fact that this guy has looked better than that guy's style means that guy's probably going to beat him. And I think that may have been the case in the ring. So Wilder, for me, is not finished. Parker, is this a resurgence for Joseph Parker? I don't think so. I don't think it really changes anything. I just think these two guys came together, they have certain styles, and that was the result of it. But anyway, what do you guys make of it? Let me know. Were you also thinking that Parker was a live underdog here? Let me know. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. And with that, I'll see you on the next video.